Hi everyone, this is Chris Lawton with Intuit Health. So I haven't been on for, I don't know, about a week. I've been kind of slow about my social media, and I think, there's a lot going on, and I'm not one for scrolling in in an atmosphere that doesn't lift me up. So I think that's a little bit about why I haven't really been on too much. But I'm here today, and I'm kind of in a toss up of there's a couple of things I want to share, and I guess they kind of go together. Um, I've been working a lot with trans surfing, and it's a way to create your reality, like law of attraction. And so many of us, so many of my clients, so many people I talk to, so many people that I see on my feed are all in that, on the road to create their life the way that they want to have it. And I think what I want to talk about today is what kind of havoc does that cause in your life when you are really towing the line and really butting up against what you know, what you've been taught, what you're used to, what you think are the rules of how we have to live. And then, you're on this, you hop on the road of I'm going to create my life and I'm not going to do the things I don't want to do. And, you can work hard, but you work hard for what you want within the rules that you create for your life that you just feel like this is what is going to make me happy. So when you do that, there are things that come up, right? One is the fear of walking your talk. And that's big for me because this is what I teach. Hi, George. This is what I teach. And I'm very committed to walking my talk. So if I'm going to tell my clients, like, you can do anything you want and follow your dreams and let's create the perfect energy around you to supply all the things that you need to create your best life. So if I'm going to say that to you, I better be doing it myself, right? So I wanted to talk about that, what that feels like, because it does create anxiety, and it creates almost like a fight inside of what it feels like to be free and imagine being free and imagine doing the things that you want to do and the big things, right? The big things that you dream about, thinking about and planning about and creating the energy around that. And then there's that other part of you that's like, but wait, or they said, or, the way I was brought up, this is the way we're supposed to do it. And all those belief systems that kind of butt heads, right? So it's a constant reevaluation of your belief systems. This is what I used to believe. This is what I want to believe now. And this is what is like, it pops up in front of your head, right? And so here's the other thing for me. This is a big thing that I experience is I am really good about understanding or recognizing, nope, this is an old belief system and we're creating something new. And I can sit in that. And I've even learned to not fall prey to the responsive anxiety, right? The anxiety that's like, but you have to do this. And then, we kind of backslide into things that, especially around like money or relationships. Oh no, I can't do that. That's too scary. Or what if that doesn't work, right? I have gotten pretty good at that. But the other thing that, and I know other people experience this also, is our bodies talking to us, right? So in our past, our bodies learn different responses to different experiences. So, those of you who may have backaches or stomach aches or headaches as a result of different stressors that you've experienced in your life, our bodies are really smart, and they like figure out ways to protect us, right? And if you don't listen to your body and it keeps talking to you, eventually it's going to sit you down. So what happens when you're really going against your belief system, like what your body believes is true, because it's all combined with all your old triggers and your old mechanisms that you respond in certain ways in different stress situations. So when you're challenging your belief systems, some of us have these, like, it's almost, you can call it like self-sabotage, but it's like real physiological responses that your body may have to you challenging your own beliefs. So for me, my personal experience is, it used to be my body would ache. If I was really pushing through some of my things that I was challenging within myself, all of a sudden I would wake up in the morning and I felt like I couldn't get out of bed. My body would ache, my knee would hurt, my back would hurt, all this stuff. And as I kind of said no, and I did all my work around that, lately it's been my stomach. Now this is another thing to pay attention to. We have ancestral things that go on in our bodies, right? And I'm going to call this an old belief because it doesn't have to be true. If your mom or your grandmom had high blood pressure, had diabetes, like type 2 diabetes, had arthritis, then the doctors will tell you, or your parents will tell you, you're probably prone to this and you probably end up with this. And it breaks my heart when I hear, people say, well, I got an ache in my hand, I have arthritis because my mom did. So we do have repetitive patterns, and they're not all within our control at the beginning until they're recognized. And one of my things is my stomach. It's like a ancestral thing throughout my family. So that's the gift. I'm going to call it a gift. That's the gift I'm working on right now. And because if you know anything about your chakras, your third chakra, which is where your solar plexus is, that's where your self-worth lives. So those of us who are challenged with our self-worth, and right now I'm really, really towing the line of and I'm going to tell you at the end, this practice I've been doing in case you want to try it, to really reevaluate, how do I feel about myself? And how do I feel about myself? And how do I feel about myself in regards to other people? This came up in a session last night. A lot of us are introverts, right? You want to stay home. You don't really want to deal with people. It's a little overwhelming. Maybe you feel like you don't fit in, all this stuff, right? So our third chakra, where it's how we feel about how we feel about ourselves, right? Put that in conjunction with your second chakra. How do you feel when you're with other people? And it doesn't really necessarily have to be a relationship, but even if you're out in, a social situation, we unconsciously will adjust ourselves to where we are. So this is a big thing when you're starting to really work on your self-worth, and how it feels in your body when you are with other people. So it's how do I feel about myself, and then how do I feel about myself around other people, and how do I really become aware of my self-worth and my self-confidence within the situation, so you can be comfortable within your body. Because how many of you that are listening, when you're in a social situation, may have anxiety may get a headache before, may get a stomach ache before, all those things. And especially those who are empathic, you know, that's another whole added element, because you're not only feeling yourself, you're feeling the other person. So what I'm learning is the best practice and the best like investigation is, how do I feel when I'm around other people? What does that feel like? In this week, one of my clients was having a little trouble with a very, you know, she was around a lot of people all at once. And what I saw in my head was to tell her to literally sit in the middle of it and then be within herself. You know, I feel what's going on within myself and kind of use it. Everything we do is an experiment. It can be, you know what I mean? It can be like a experiment about ourselves, an experiment around our environment, and how we're reacting to it. So in short, because I know I've been going on and on, this is what I'm talking about right now. That's what I'm dealing with. How do I feel within my gut about where I'm going, how I'm doing it, who I'm doing it with? And then it wants to pull you back to, but wait a minute, you know, when you were 17, this happened, or when you were 22, this happened. Don't you want to like revisit how that interaction was and protect yourself from it, or whatever it may be? And now as we're growing away from those like perceived disabilities within our parts inside of us, it's time to expand. So, and in that expansion, it can be really, really freaking uncomfortable. So I challenge you to sit with it anyways. It's so worth it. So a couple of things I wanted to suggest that help if you are resonating with what I'm saying and wanting to challenge your self-worth and find your glow, find your power within, no matter where you are and who you're with. So the two things that I've been doing is one, and I started doing this because someone I follow who in the trans-surfing community, Renee Garcia, she was talking about how she gets up in the morning and she just dances. Like she puts the music on and she just dances and raises her vibration. So I started doing this a couple of days ago, and I love to dance anyway, so it wasn't hard for me to get into that vibe. But I just turned on some, I've been going back and forth with music, but music that really wants to, and do like 2-3 songs and just don't worry about what you're looking like. Just move your body a lot, like listen to what your body wants to do. And you will feel that buzz increase in your body. It's a vibration. You're raising your vibration, so it gets you like situated for your day to as like a springboard to start your day off. So raising your vibration, just dance your heart out for a few minutes. It's great exercise too, right? And then the other thing, and this is just popped into my head yesterday, but it's been really cool to do. George is sitting next to me. As you've gone through your life, we have different situations that may stick in our mind as pivot points, you know, big places that we spend a lot of time. So for me, it was at home when I was a kid, at the dance studio. What are some other things? Where I used to work, at families' houses, like my grandmother's house, how I feel right now. And I sat in each place, taking turns, to feel what I felt like. Now, I'm sure you can understand this, different places that you have been in your life, like big places that you spend a lot of time. Think about, what did you feel like energetically? What did it feel like energetically? Did you feel small? Did you have to make yourself smaller? Did you feel expansive because you felt powerful in that particular place? So what I mean by that, like When I was a kid, I did a lot of dancing. I was at the dance studio every day. I was good. Like, I knew I was good. So it was a very expansive, a very self-confident place for me to be because I had confidence in what I was doing. At home, I felt small. I didn't have a voice. I didn't feel important. I felt very small. At school, I felt very, very small. Almost like I wanted to be smaller so people didn't notice me. Let's just take those. So in those situations, what I did after I recognized, like, how did I feel within those situations, I went back and I say, at school, I sat in the middle of my high school and I just expanded myself and expanded myself so that I was recreating my story. I was recreating the energy around what was happening at the time. I went back to my mom's house, sat in the middle of the house, which is so familiar to me, and just expanded myself and expanded myself and expanded myself. So I urge you to try that because you would just like go into the places that you know that you've spent a lot of time. It doesn't have to be only when you were a kid too. Might have been in a marital house or in a job. And if you felt big and expansive in that place, great, move on. If you felt small, insignificant, like you didn't have a voice, like you weren't seen, sit in the middle of that environment and just expand and fill it with your light and allow yourself to claim that time of your life, because whether it was good or whether it didn't feel good, it was important. So rewrite your story and expand in those places that you were constricted, and it will this is just coming through my mind now, it will heal your gut. It will heal that self-confidence place because you're rewriting what it felt like. So you're rewriting the energy within your body and in your cells and perking them all up and changing the physics of your body, right? All right. So if you happen to be listening to this whole video and you're here with me, I love you and thank you for listening all the way through. I'll be back soon. I have a couple of openings for coaching clients. If anybody is interested that happens to be listening to this, or you know someone that might be interested, I'd be happy to meet with you privately for free and do a consultation to see if I would be a good fit for you to work to create your life, the best life possible. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.